Time now for our Turkey Valley coach conversation with head coach Mark Scott. And coach, you look at a year ago, one of the best seasons in school history, and this year's group is a different group of young men that you're getting ready to prepare the 2020 season for. What qualities from last year's team, what characteristics from last year's team would you like this year's team to maybe try to continue?
Well, last year's group of seniors had a great work ethic. They were very knowledgeable about the game. They worked in the off season for the whole, their whole career. It wasn't just their senior year that they got after it. They got in the weight room and were consistent. They ran the track. They did all the things that they needed to do to be a good, successful team. So hopefully that.
And this year is obviously, with the way the world is, I'd imagine practice has been a little different with the guidelines that have been put in place. How has preseason this year been different as you prepare for this season?
Well, it's a little different. We still have to be able to do, to run plays and, learn how to tackle and learn how to block. So those are things we have to do. We just try to keep, personal contact to a minimum as much as we can, and make sure we disinfect everything that we touch, balls, pads, everything. So
what has pleased you the most to this point in practice about your guys?
They're working hard. They're getting after it. They work hard, and it's a different year. It's for everybody, because for 6 months the world was different for them. Things that people have done for years and years and years, they couldn't do. Even, conditioning, everybody's a little behind, because for 6 months, there was no track, there was no weight rooms, there was no PE classes, there was nothing. And the kids were at home, and most of them probably weren't doing a whole lot of physical activity at that time.
And looking at the roster coming in for your squad, seemingly you did graduate a great group of seniors last year, but there's enough of a core to start and build something on as you start this campaign. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, our junior class is really solid. There's only 5 of them, but they're all 5 solid football players. They do their job, they get after it. Our senior class, right now, basically, we have 1 returning senior. There are 2 other seniors who came out, but this was the first time they've ever played. So they're pretty green. And then we have 1 other senior who hasn't been at practice yet because of where he was out of the country. He's been quarantined. So, we have to wait for that to get over with before he can. That's part of the new rules, of course. And the young kids are coming on. We're going to have to play some sophomores, and they're stepping up. I think we'll be competitive.
And no matter what happens in the regular season, you will get a postseason chance this year. Does that change your approach, big picture, to the season at all?
Well, like my assistant said, hey, we're in the playoffs. So, yeah, we are. So, I thought – well, you got to play. Even we've always played. You go 1 game at a time. You play this game like this. We're playing Riceville this week, so we're not worried about the playoffs. Like I told the kids, who knows how many games we're going to get in. The state has said we could play 7, and with the quarantine rules, if we have to shut down for 14 days, or somebody we play has to shut down for 14 days, the odds of us getting 7 games in are probably not real high.
Well, that sounded like some step-in wisdom. We're in the playoffs already. Would that be fair to say?
That would be very accurate, actually.
You got Riceville coming to town this week, Coach. What do you expect out of the Wildcats?
They're usually physical, and they're usually big, strong kids over there. I think that the kid that they're probably going to have playing quarterback's a good athlete. He was a state place winner wrestling. I think he was their leading rusher, 1,000-yard rusher as a sophomore last year. They had another kid that's a big, strong kid in the backfield. I'm sure he'll be in the backfield. That's the trouble with the first game. You don't have any season film to really tell what's going on. And they have some big kids up front. So.
And with game number 1 of the season, how much of it is about scouting your opponent? How much of it is about just getting the things done that you guys need to get done?
It's always about what you need to get done, but Yeah, you can't scout, so it's a guessing game is what we're going to see, and we try to rep enough different defenses against their offense so that they do something different that they won't be completely confused. They'll be able to figure out who needs to be blocked, and hopefully.
All right, Coach, we appreciate the preview for week number 1. Keep your kids healthy. We wish you best of luck this week.
Thank you, sir.
That is the Turkey Valley Coach Conversation with Mark Scott.